Welcome back to Confirmation, and we have come to the middle of the Ten Commandments. We've gone through 5 of them. We have 5 more to go. Today, we're going to be looking at the 6th commandment and the 7th commandment. And I expect there to be just great conversation at the end of this lesson as you walk through some of those details. So, let's get started with the 6th commandment. You shall not commit adultery. Oof. So we're talking a little bit about what marriage is, what sex is, how we engage in all of that stuff. And it's going to be kind of a frank conversation. I hope it continues to be a straightforward conversation for you at home. So let's talk about marriage. Marriage is a gift from God where He has joined one man to one woman together to become one flesh. And that one flesh, that union, comes through sex. So, sex is meant to be utilized only in a married relationship. And again, marriage is one man, one woman, brought together in a promise and vows. And until death do they part. That's the idea. That's the gift as God created it to be. So, we might typically will hear things along the lines of, well, I can't commit adultery because it's just for married people. So I can't commit adultery because I'm not married. But there absolutely is adultery outside of marriage. That's kind of what any sexual activity outside of marriage is. It's not using this gift of God in the way God has given to it. It's a misuse of a good gift. So there's all kinds of ways we can talk about this. I think about a kid who gets a toy, and you can use that toy in its designed purpose, and it's going to last a long time. It's going to be a great blessing to him. But if he misuses that toy and he starts thrashing it around and banging it on the floor and just abusing this thing, then it's not going to be the blessing that it was intended. He's going to ruin it. The same thing goes for our sexual lives. If we're promiscuous with it, we're abusing that. We're not using this gift of marriage or this gift of sex in the way that it was created to be used. So, it's very important for us to talk about this. Adultery, it happens, any kind of sexual activity outside of marriage. That's just the reality of it. Now, we can talk more about how we handle sexual temptation, because that's another reality for us, is that those temptations come about probably long before we're married. So what do we do? Well, I would encourage you to read through this story in Genesis 39 together as a family, to look at how did Joseph handle sexual temptation versus how David handles sexual temptation. And I'll let you do that reading together later on, but there's a huge difference. And one of the key differences is where you put yourself physically. Joseph ran away. He took himself out of the situation, whereas David lingered. And so when you have that sexual temptation, whether it's from a screen or from a person, get out of there. Run away. Distance yourself. That's one of the key concepts. There are other ones I would say is, well, go to God's Word. What does God's Word say about this? And go to Him in prayer. Surround yourself with prayerful concepts of what is this gift and am I using it correctly? Now, lots and lots of things we can talk about there, and I'm sure we'll get some great discussion at our next gathering as well. But let's move on to the 7th commandment. You shall not steal. And there's again a fun activity for you to engage in together as a family. When we talk about stealing, what we're really doing is we're taking this gift that was meant for someone else and making it about us. It's selfish. It's self-centered. And it's, well, clearly wrong. It's a sin. But it also happens outside of just going to a grocery store and pocketing some candy or something. It can be done in the use of our time. Are we really working in the time that we are in office, or are we kind of just messing around? Are we utilizing our time well? Or in the classroom, are we actually studying, or are we talking to our friends? Are we stealing information, whether that's identity theft, which is a massive problem in our world today, or am I stealing information, answers on a test? Stealing happens in a variety of ways. So Luther, in his small catechism, he would say, man, avoid these things and instead seek to protect people's property. Seek to make sure that they are blessed in those things, that they're protected, so that if someone else wanted to try to steal stuff, they would be hindered from doing so, and that you can protect them. You can love them, that your neighbor, in such a way that you're not just protecting yourself and I'm not going to worry about me and I'm not going to worry about anyone else, but rather to say, man, I love you enough to help you protect your stuff, to help you and secure you, and that's the way I can love you. Now, lots of discussion we can have on that as well. But I want you to be able to have that discussion, to go through your readings and to see what God's Word says about stealing, about adultery, about His law, and about His love, that He gives you grace in Jesus Christ. So, enjoy your conversation. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in our next lesson.